Hello, my name is Maddi and I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons of using school uniforms. So, you know that in our country's education system it is not a very important subject, but in other countries, such as England, for example, it is a very discussed matter. So, I will give you 2 pros and 3 cons, and we'll begin with the pros. So the first one, and for me the most important one, is that school uniforms break down class barriers. If you give all of your students the same uniform, you avoid kids getting mocked or bullied for having cheap or old clothes. And at the same time, you avoid other kids showing off or bragging about how expensive their clothes are. So you make them all equal in that sense. And following this idea, you also help kids give less importance to looks. You make them have less pressure for having to dress a certain way, to follow trends. So, they have less stress, less insecurities, maybe even. And the negative side to these ideas are that, first of all, they are very expensive. They are more expensive than regular clothes, and schools don't usually provide them, so it's just an extra expense for parents. And the second one is that it really limits self-expression. So, especially teens, they usually need to constantly express themselves. So, and they usually do this through fashion. So, if you give them the same uniforms, they just can't express their style and their own, just their own taste through fashion. And the third and last con is that they are usually quite sexist. They are usually gendered, and you have to, if you are a girl, you have to wear a skirt, and if you're a boy, you have to wear trousers. So you can't, be a girl and wear trousers. But also, they only have 2 gender options for uniforms. So all of those kids who might be, on other parts of the gender spectrum do usually have quite a lot of trouble picking which type of uniform to use. So those were my pros and cons. I do think that that the school uniforms have great benefits, but at the same time, I do really appreciate not having to wear one here and just, you know, being able to wear whatever I like. So that was my speech. Thank you very much.